Fresh meat.
I have a little segment for you. I want to talk about martial art movies, then and now. So this was then. This is Black Belt, and this is the door in the background. It's like a horror movie. See, everything in my life is a movie. Bam! I never forget one of the scenes, one of the fight scenes I had very early on in my career. I actually did this. I made the sound effect with it. Didn't come across too well for the stunt coordinator and the people that work with me. But that's then. Now it's different, you know, I learned my lesson. And Don Wilson is an actual fighter. He's a champion. He's a kickboxing champion. He's the real deal. And many times when you face someone who's a professional fighter, a real fighter, you wonder, how would that be in real life? I mean, Don Wilson isn't the biggest man, you know, look, six-pack, big chest, biceps, means nothing. I always knew if Don Wilson won it, he could really, really hurt me. Then again, it's a movie. So, how did we fight then versus now? And that's always something that is going on in my brain because so many things have happened. So, we have John Wick, we have The Raid, you know, countless action films, you know. What was so different then and what is different now? I believe, look, let's look at other things. I think it's best to play a clip from this fight with Don Wilson. The fight scenes, basically a lot of it was Taekwondo-ish, based on Taekwondo, karate, little kickboxing, you know, it was a mixture. So it was very old-fashioned. And what I noticed in the early days, and I think Van Damme started that first, you know, he had that one kick, and then most people, you know, most films that followed up had like, you know, they added like 5 more, you know, to that one kick he did. So it was a different area. It was almost like cartoonish, you know. I feel, looking back, everything was a bit more deliberate. Okay, I punch you, you punch me. It was a bit slower. You could follow the punches. It wasn't like pop, 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 pop. That was way before. That's then before when, you know, we had Bruce Lee fighting on the screen, you know, that was speeding fast. And the first thing I remember, each time we were fighting, the stunt coordinator, the fight coordinator said, too fast. The eye cannot follow, the camera cannot follow these punches of you. You are way too fast, so you're forced to slow down. Okay, my first fight film, No Retreat, No Surrender. I'm gonna have to wear my glasses, even though it's a big screen. Boom, No Retreat, No Surrender. Lauren Avedon, he's a Taekwondo master, you know. I don't know how many dans he has. Probably can't count it, 7 maybe. This guy can move. I mean, he can swing his leg like a scissor, you know. You won't even see it coming. And that was a very old-fashioned style of fighting, and I loved it. Especially, look here, this is actually my first kick I ever threw in a movie, No Retreat, No Surrender. That was my first fight scene ever. And I forgot his name, is from Hong Kong, tough guy. He was the only one that was a bit larger, so it's always difficult to find someone that is as big as you and has the same, you know, frame, especially in Asia. So he was larger, and I wasn't very experienced, so I didn't know what I would get into, and I thought the best thing I can do, and I knew I was rather fast, and that's how I got into the business, is I can basically evade most of his punches and dance around him and then kick him one time real quick and see how that goes. And that's how we done it, you know. So you kind of slowly work your way up to it. Unfortunately, he had to suffer because I was a newling, and I end up taking him into the air and toss him to the ground a few times. And I didn't realize we have to do this a lot. And the poor guy, you know, he ended up getting really bruised that day. So one of the films I really would like to talk to you about today is Mission of Justice with Jeff Wincock, Bridget Nielsen, myself, James Liu, amazing fighter. So many amazing fighters in this film, unbelievable. They got the cream de la cream of fighters in this film. And Jeff is one of the best martial artists I know. And that was pure fun working with him. So I watched that fight not too long ago again. Let's look at the fight a little bit.
Champion of the world. You son of a bitch! That was Cedric.
Long story short, sometimes in some sequences of this film, of this fight scene, I feel like John Wayne for some reason. Everything is like, you know, the big guy swinging and him being like, you know, like a mouse dancing around me. Not meaning that in a bad way, you know, just he's trying to escape. The fight got more interesting for me, you know, when I could throw some kicks finally, you know, because I'm a Taekwondo guy, so especially here, in that scene, I could swing my legs for once. Why am I bringing up this fight scene? This was old school fighting. This was the beginning of my career and many other careers. By the way, Chad Stahelski, I think he has the hardest name in Hollywood to pronounce. That was one of his first films, and he's now the director of John Wick, you know? Amazing. He was one of the stunt fighters in it, and he rose to very high ranks, and that shows you, if you are in Hollywood and you know what you're doing and you're passionate about it and you're willing to get your ass kicked for many, many years, you can make it all the way to the top. And I want to personally take this opportunity to say, congratulations, Chad. That's amazing. Good for you. You deserve it. Anyone that can fight so hard and is so passionate about it deserves the #1 spot. And Jeff Wincock was one of those guys. We had this famous gauntlet scene. I've never seen anything like it in my career till then, until now, where Jeff Wincock fights 30 people in a gauntlet with the sticks, you know, and I had to watch it for a couple days. That's how long it takes, standing next to Bridget, and everything was itching in me, you know. I wanted to join that fight, and I was kind of hoping when he finally reaches, you know, Bridget and me, she would unleash me, but it wasn't in the script. Maybe one day. Would love to work with Jeff Wincock again. What a great guy. You know, he reminds me a bit of Scott Adkins. It's a similar fighting style. You know, now it's Scott Adkins doing a lot of martial art movies. And Scott Adkins is amazing, you know, he's a fantastic fighter. He has the right mixture of things. You couldn't say he's a kickboxer, he does Taekwondo, he's athletic, he can spin 3-4 times around his own axle. He has an English accent, so that's always good. Very versatile fighter. What is my favorite fighting style? If I could do it now versus then that was then. That Kickboxer 2, 3, 4, Bloodsport. That was the beginning of it all, and I keep hearing from fans, oh, we want to see these films again, and I understand why. Because a lot of it was shot in a master. You could actually see if someone is a real fighter, if they have the skills, you know, if they can really do the 360s. Today, almost, that's not being negative to anyone out there. A lot of people are being picked and chosen and being trained to become fighters, but they're not really martial artists. Then again, real martial artists are not usually actors or the best screen fighters. So it's very, very difficult to find someone that is a martial artist, an actor, and knows how to fight on screen, because you have to make it realistic. You know, you cannot be too fast, you cannot be too slow, you cannot be too small, you cannot be too big. You have to have something that makes you look realistic. What's realistic? Well, what's realistic is not necessarily what sells well on screen either. So if you've ever been in a real fight, that's usually very quickly a brawl. It's not very nice to look at. You know, you're not seeing these nice roundhouse kicks. You might get in one or two, but then you'll find yourself on the floor. It's pretty much like UFC, real fighting, you know, in real life. For me, my favorite now is a Raid series. That's my favorite series. Why is that? You smell the brutality. For one, I love fighting, I love to get dirty, I love to get hurt. I like to be on the set all fucking day and sweat. Sorry, cussing here, but I really like it. I like the danger of it. I like the reality of it. And it's like a fighter goes into the ring, an MMA fighter, they love the stench of blood and getting hit, or you won't be able to go in there. It's the same with a film fighter. You want to make it real. You want to be exhausted. You want to push your limits. And when I watch Raid, these people were working in tough conditions for months at end, in a hallway or in a kitchen. And this is brutal, because we are talking about semi to full contact. You have to really concentrate. I mean, there's knives, hammers, sticks, everything comes at you for hours and hours and hours. And what people don't know, how hot and miserable it is on a film set in Indonesia, in the jungle or wherever. About the subject then and now, I wrote a book about it, Shirtless in Hollywood. And it means a lot to me, because I love Hollywood, fighting, being the guy on screen, doing what I do so much. I wrote it all down for you. So it's been an insane journey, trust me. And the title alone, Shirtless in Hollywood, you know, I thought a long time about it. What am I going to name the memoir, you know? Literally, when I was young, and I went to the gym every day, and I had all these thoughts. I didn't know what was it. I don't know what. I didn't know. I think what. Yeah, even an actor can be in loss of words. That's the beauty of it. That would be another chapter. I have had so many bloopers with my colleagues where someone is so into the scene, and it's like you as an actor, you're listening to this person and you're enamored with his acting, and you think, is that real? Because it just feels so real. And in the middle of it, they just say, oh, fuck, I forgot my line. You know, that's how it is. It's all in the book. There is so much in this book, because there's so much to talk about Hollywood. Not just about fighting, about the battle for it, how to even get into the movies, how to survive Hollywood, how to, you know, you want to be number one. Is that so easy? Can anyone be number one? You know, whatever. What does it take? Well, it's all in you. My blood, sweat, and tears, and the love for Hollywood, the love for this life. My gratitude to you for watching our films for so many decades. Without you, I wouldn't even want to do it. No, it's not true, I still do it. But anyway, this book's for you. It's on Amazon. If you have time, read it. That would mean the world to me. Oh, you can leave a nice review if you like it. Ciao.